Hello everyone, Barb here. Today we're going to work on a scrapbook page of my granddaughter, and I'm using this sketch as my launch pad to get this page done. I did already create the second page. This is from the Creative Design Team's 12 by 12 sketchbook for volume 1. They are a wonderful set of gals. I have no affiliation with them. I just think they do fabulous work, and I paid to get this sketchbook, and I thought it was worth it. Some of the items we'll be using: the slim alphabets. These are all retired from Close to My Heart. Simple serif, lowercase, buildable tags. And then this was the Daisy stamp and thin cut set. I used the thin cuts to create what I hope will pass for a sunflower. Did do some other cutting, and we're going to do some background stamping to get started. So let me bring this in. So here we go. The paper, this is a retired mix-in wood grain paper, and this is her picture, and again, the sunflowers are so cute, and I think this will work just fine to mimic the sunflowers. This piece of pattern paper is 4 by 12. This piece of pattern paper, or cardstock, the black, is 6 by 10. This is a 4 by 6 photo, so this is just bigger. I didn't even measure. I found a piece of scrap paper and just thought, oh, that looks good. This was a piece of scrap paper as well. I did cheat a little bit and cut that out to save on that paper because I don't have any more of it. So that little tiny bit that I have left, I am holding on to. And it must mean I like it because I don't often do that. So here are those letters. These are the thin ones, and this is the serif. Oh, you can't remember. So what we're going to do is just scooch these off to the side. It'll be fun getting those laid out. We need to do some random stamping on here. So I've got a piece of scratch paper. This is a Versamat, so it's one of these, but I have it upside down, so the foamy side is facing up. And we're going to do some stamping. I think we'll start with the honey butter. This is the big daisy shape, and this is just random stamping. And I'm looking at how far over that was so that I can get a little bit to tuck underneath there. And I like to start with my biggest image and fill in from there. And again, I'm going to try to get some to go under this pattern paper. That should be pretty good. And maybe we'll throw one here and one up there. So we've got the biggest image done with the honey butter. Then we'll go to the medium image, and this is Sundance. It's a more vibrant color. And we're not looking for perfection here. We're just looking for a little bit of background. Like I said, if I still had that Bloom with Grace paper, ooh, that would have been perfect, but I don't, so we're making do. And that's the beauty of random stamping. You can create your own pattern paper. Now I have pine, and there's a little tiny sprig, and these were all from the Daisy stamp set. And I think that little pop of green works well. And it's a small image, so it can squeeze into those nooks and crannies. And I like to stamp off a little bit. I think that works nicely. I'm not worried too much here because that black cardstock is going to cover that up. Now I better tell myself to stop, or it'll just never end. Okay. Dump those over there, and we're going to start assembling. This was a rainy day, so we couldn't go outside to play. And I got out my old, they were from close to my heart. They were a set of watercolors. And I just thought, well, what the heck, let's let her play with those. And she sat there, and she's only 20 months old, for over an hour and painted. In fact, I don't even think she needed the paints. I think she would have been perfectly fine with just water, which is a fun tip, I think, if you have littles that need a little activity on a rainy day. Little piece of color paper and some water, and they will have a blast. And we'll set that in there. I'm just putting my adhesive in the middle to make it easier to tuck things in if I choose to do that. Okay. Let's dig into this. And again, I just did a partial and it will be fine. I think it's going up here. Yes, yeah, that looks good. Sometimes I like to take a picture of my prototype layout, and this time I forgot. So we're going with the memory, and it's probably not going to look the same as it did in my original shot here, but that's okay. I did dig into some other flowers and found some leaves and cut a couple of these out. So I think these will look nice, just hanging out there. And we'll pop up the little sunflower. Yep. Those backers, my favorite part. You guys know that. Okay. That should be fine. The last big thing I need to do is get these letters lined up. Oh lordy, how are we going to do that? Hardest part for me is even holding on to them. I think what I'm going to do is grab a pair of tweezers and just do like this. And I'm going to glue them. I miss my Xyron. I don't know if any of you guys had a Xyron. It was a sticker maker. It you slid it through and it applied sticky to the back of things, shapes, letters. I used to use that all the time, and I think that is gone the way of the dinosaurs. I don't even think you can get refills for it anymore. So we go old school and we glue. If I would have been thinking before I cut these out, I would have put the cardstock on sticker sheet. I do have some, and I will have to try harder to remember to do that. Of course, you know how I love peeling the backer off of stuff, so maybe this is better for me. E-U-D-D-I. How has your weather been where you guys are? We had some nasty storms come through here. Fortunately, here at my house, we were fine. The storms had already started to lessen by the time they got to me, but within 15-20 minutes ahead of me, they were kind of nasty. Had a couple of tornadoes, though I don't think anything near as devastating as what happened in Iowa, and that was a part of that same storm system. But oh man, that looks awful. Okay, so we got the budding. And the tweezers are working pretty good. Nothing else. It keeps some of the glue off of my hands. And if I wanted to, I guess I could get out a ruler or something. And, you know, sometimes you just got to go for it. You just got to give it a whirl and understand that it's art. It isn't going to be perfect. Perfect is for architecture, not necessarily art. Ooh. I don't see the little dot for my eye, but I am not going to stress about that right now. I'm just going to get these other letters down. And if I need to, I can cut another dot out, or I will locate. Oh, bummer. Yikes. Right on the picture, huh? I think, nope, I do like it this way. I'm going to take a little just wipe a little bit. That should be fine. If it bothers me, I can reprint. Oh, there's my dot. And for a little dot like this, I put the glue down first. And then, and then apply the dot. Just like that. Close up the glue. Now I think I'm going to, I forgot to do this before I started applying things. Got a little gold shimmer brush. We're going to give a little gold splatter. I did put a little of the shimmer onto the flower as well. I added the ribbon ahead of time. I just think that finishes off those tags. So here's page 1. And here is page 2. Did a little journaling on my computer. And that's how they look. Can I fit them both in here? Pretty close, pretty close. I think those daisies work just fine as pretend sunflowers. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a blessed crafty day, and I'll see you next time.